Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rare Coins, where today we take a deep dive into the fascinating world of Jefferson nickels, with a special focus on the 1955 coins. This is a journey through time, history, design changes, minting details, and the cultural backdrop that shaped one of America's most beloved coin series. So sit back, relax, and let us embark on an exploration that could easily fill 2 hours of rich numismatic storytelling. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel after a national competition called for a new design that honored the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson. The winning design by sculptor Felix Schlag featured a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his iconic Virginia home, on the reverse. The coin became an instant symbol of American ideals, architecture, and the Enlightenment legacy of Jefferson himself. The year 1955 is a pivotal chapter in the Jefferson nickel series because it marks a time of post-war America with booming industries, suburban growth, and cultural shifts as the country stood at the forefront of the Cold War era. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced the 1955 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, while the Denver Mint produced a D-mint mark version which carries its own set of characteristics and rarity factors. Philadelphia struck over 7.8 million nickels in 1955, making it one of the lower mintage years, and Denver struck just over 74.5 million coins, making the D-mint nickels far more common for collectors when examining the physical characteristics of the 1955 Jefferson nickel. One notes the metal composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. The coin weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter with a smooth edge and a plain rim. Its design elements include sharp details on Jefferson's hair coat and facial features, as well as fine architectural details on Monticello that can be used to assess strike quality, and condition grading is a crucial part of any numismatic discussion, and the 1955 Jefferson nickel offers fascinating insights into how wear, luster, strike, and eye appeal affect its value in the circulated grades, such as good, very good, and fine. These coins generally show heavy wear with flattened design elements, but in the uncirculated and mint state grades, collectors look for full steps on Monticello's sharp definition and minimal bag marks. The full steps designation is particularly sought after by collectors as it indicates an especially sharp strike on the reverse, where all 5 or 6 steps at the base of Monticello are fully visible under magnification. The historical backdrop of 1955 is equally important to understanding the coin's context. The United States was in the middle of the Eisenhower presidency, and the Cold War tensions were mounting globally. This was the era of rock and roll's rise, the birth of the American teenager, and the beginnings of the civil rights movement, all of which played into the cultural fabric that surrounded the minting of every coin that year in terms of minting technology. The 1955 Jefferson nickel was struck using standard press machinery of the era, which often led to inconsistent strikes, die wear, and occasional errors and varieties. Error collectors are particularly interested in double die varieties, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks. Although no major double die varieties are confirmed for the 1955 Jefferson nickel minor varieties, and die states can still be found, adding intrigue for sharp-eyed collectors when discussing the market value and collectability of the 1955 Jefferson nickel. One must break it down into circulated versus uncirculated examples. Circulated coins are common and affordable, but mint state examples, especially those with full steps, can command premium prices at auction or through private sales. The coin market fluctuates based on collector demand, population reports, and grading trends. And so careful study is essential before buying or selling one of these nickels over the decades. The Jefferson nickel has faced both praise and criticism in numismatic circles, with some arguing that its design became stale after many years, while others admire its classic look and historical significance. The 1955 coin holds a special place because it stands at the midpoint between the early years and the later redesigns, which eventually saw modifications in the late 2000s. The Jefferson nickel series also serves as a teaching tool for understanding U.S. history, from Jefferson's authorship of the Declaration of Independence to his role in the Louisiana Purchase and the shaping of democratic ideals. His legacy is literally carried in the pockets of millions of Americans. Collectors often use Jefferson nickels to teach young numismatists about coin grading history, metal composition, and the broader strokes of American political and cultural development. Examining a single year like 1955 offers endless opportunities for exploration, including the social history of the United States, the economics of mid-century minting, the artistry of coin design, and the technical challenges faced by the mint, from die preparation to plancher quality control. In addition to individual collectors, many Jefferson nickels are part of larger assembled sets, such as full-date runs, mint-mark collections, and specialized full-step sets, which can take years to complete and represent significant investments of time, money, and expertise. When examining auction records, we see that top-quality 1955 Jefferson nickels, with perfect strikes and full steps, have sold for impressive sums, underscoring the importance of condition, rarity, and provenance in numismatic value. We also find that coins pulled directly from original bank rolls or mint sets sometimes reveal surprising gems overlooked for decades, waiting to be discovered by the careful hands of a collector. In terms of public recognition, the Jefferson nickel might not command the same spotlight as the Lincoln cent or the Mercury dime, but its place in American coinage is secure as both a circulating workhorse and a collectible item. Its production over the decades tells a parallel story of U.S. history, technological advancement, and artistic evolution, from the sculptor Felix Schlag's original clay models to the final approved design to the countless billions of nickels that passed through American hands. The 1955 Jefferson nickel is one chapter in a much larger saga, yet within that chapter are countless stories of design choices, production quirks, collector passion, and the ever-present march of history. By taking the time to study and appreciate the 1955 Jefferson nickel, we connect not only with a small piece of metal, but with the people, the history, and the ideals that shaped a nation. And so, as we continue this detailed exploration, we will look deeper into die varieties, mint records, collector anecdotes, market analysis, and the enduring allure of one of America's longest-running coin series. Buckle up for an in-depth journey through numismatic history. The story of the 1955 Jefferson nickel awaits you with all its complexity, richness, and timeless appeal. Welcome back to Rare Coins, where we celebrate the history, art, and legacy behind every coin in your collection.